You wake up on March 2nd, the first rays of sunlight filtering through your bedroom curtains like a gentle hand shaking you from a long, restless night. Your heart pounds, not with the usual dread of another grinding day, but with this electric mix of exhaustion and quiet hope, as if the universe itself is leaning in close, whispering your name. It's you, the chosen one, who's been trudging through shadows that clawed at your light, unseen forces snatching away what was always meant to be yours. That sacred inheritance, purpose that hums in your veins, peace that settles like a warm blanket, boundless potential waiting to unfold. It's been under siege. But today, everything cracks open. A divine voice echoes deep in your soul. Congratulations, the theft is over. No more will those invisible thieves doubt that whispers you're not enough, betrayal from those you trusted, or life's cruel twists that knock you flat, rob you of your destiny. Feel that weight lifting from your shoulders right now? Like chains forged in the dead of night, finally shattering under the dawn's unyielding light. Picture it. You've been carrying this invisible burden for years, haven't you? As an American pushing past 35, with the bills stacking up, kids pulling at your time, and that job that's more cage than career, you've felt it. Those moments when you stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering why everything you touch seems to slip away. Maybe it was that promotion that vanished into thin air, handed to someone else who didn't even break a sweat. Or the relationship that started with fireworks but ended in embers, leaving you questioning if you're even worthy of love. Each one felt like a personal heist, pulling at the threads of who you are. And through it all, you fought back in those quiet ways, clinging to a sliver of faith during family dinners that turn tense, or pushing through workouts when your body screams to quit, all because something inside you refuses to let go. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. Deep down, you knew you were marked for more, that this life of scraping by wasn't the full story God wrote for you. But let's be real, those shadows didn't just appear out of nowhere. They've been building layer by layer, stealing pieces of your inheritance before you even realized what was gone. Imagine your life as this vast estate you were born into, fields of dreams ready to harvest, a well of strength that never runs dry, rooms filled with talents just waiting for you to unlock the doors. Yet from the moment you stepped into adulthood, the thieves showed up. Doubt that sly pickpocket started early, maybe in your 20s when you chased the wrong path because everyone said it was safe. It nicked away at your confidence, leaving you second-guessing every big move. Then came betrayal. Those people closest to you, friends, partners, even family, who promised support but pulled the rug out when it mattered most. Remember that time a colleague took credit for your idea or a loved one bailed during your darkest hour? It stung like fire, didn't it? And life's twists? Oh, they're the masterminds. Layoffs that hit like a freight train. Health scares that drain your savings, or the slow creep of routine that turns vibrant dreams into dusty regrets. You've probably noticed how these thefts don't announce themselves with fanfare. They sneak in during the mundane, the commute where traffic jams mirror the gridlock in your mind, the grocery store aisle where you grab comfort food because joy feels out of reach, or the evening scroll on your phone, chasing distractions to drown out the ache. As a 35-plus American, you're juggling it all. The mortgage that's a monthly noose, the kids' soccer games that leave you bone-tired, the church service on Sundays where the sermons hit home but fade by Monday. You've prayed for breakthrough, lit candles in quiet moments, even tried those self-help books that promise the world but deliver crumbs. And yet, the emptiness lingers, like a room in your soul that's been ransacked, furniture overturned, valuables gone. What if I told you this isn't random bad luck? It's a targeted raid on your divine inheritance, the gifts planted in you at birth by a creator who doesn't make mistakes. Hold on, because as March 2nd unfolds, that celestial shift I mentioned earlier, it's not just a feeling, it's a reclamation. Envision a courtroom high above, in the heavens where justice isn't delayed or denied. Every wrong laid bare, the opportunities stolen, the peace shattered, the potential buried under years of what-ifs. The divine judge, eyes like piercing stars, reviews the ledger of your life. No detail overlooked. The late nights you powered through despite the doubt, the tears shed in private that watered the seeds of resilience. And then, the gavel falls. Case closed. Your inheritance restored. Not in some vague future, but right here, pulsing through your veins like fresh blood. Those thieves, they're exposed, their schemes crumbling to dust in the wind of divine truth. Congratulations, chosen one. It's yours again. But what does this look like in the raw, everyday grind of your world? Let's dive deeper, because reclaiming isn't a one-and-done miracle. It's an awakening that reshapes everything. You've felt those symptoms creeping in, haven't you? The subtle signs that your inheritance is under fire. Take mornings like today, but before the shift, waking up with that heavy fog in your chest, as if the air itself is thicker, harder to breathe. You roll out of bed, splash water on your face, but the mirror reflects a version of you that's dimmed, eyes lacking that spark they had in your younger days. It's not depression exactly, but a quiet erosion. By midday, at your desk or in the kitchen prepping lunch for the family, motivation evaporates. Tasks that used to excite you, whether it's brainstorming at work or planning a family outing, now feel like climbing a mountain in mud. You push through, of course, because that's what Americans do. Grit your teeth, sip that extra coffee, tell yourself it's just a phase. But deep down, there's this nagging whisper. Why does everything worthwhile seem just out of reach? And the relationships, oh, they bear the brunt. Picture a dinner table scene, common in so many homes across the heartland. Laughter from the kids, but you and your spouse exchanging glances that say more than words. The connections frayed, stolen by the daily thefts of unmet expectations. Maybe you gave everything to build a stable life, only to feel like an outsider in your own family. Or friendships that faded. Those old buddies from high school or college who drifted because life's demands pulled you apart, leaving you isolated in a crowd. Even your faith walk suffers. Sitting in pews or during quiet devotionals, the words feel distant, like they're meant for everyone but you. You've questioned it all. Am I praying right? Is God even listening amid the noise of bills and breakdowns? These aren't just bad days. They're the fingerprints of those thieves, marking your life with exhaustion that seeps into your bones, irritability that snaps at loved ones, and a pervasive sense that you're running on fumes. Let's talk about the physical toll too, because it hits hard for folks in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, those prime years when you should be thriving, not surviving. That nagging backache from stress, the way sleep evades you, tossing in sheets that feel too confining, or the gut punches during holiday gatherings, where everyone else seems to have it together. New cars in the driveway, vacations on Instagram, while you're piecing together joy from scraps. You've tried the fixes, gym memberships gathering dust, therapy sessions that unpack but don't repack, even weekend retreats promising renewal. Yet the cycle repeats. Why? Because the symptoms point to something deeper, a spiritual heist that's left your inheritance in tatters. But imagine if on this March 2nd, you start noticing the reversal. A sudden clarity in the mirror, energy bubbling up like a spring, connections reigniting with a warmth you thought lost. It's happening. Your stolen pieces returning one by one. Now, what few people understand, and this is the revelation that could change everything for you, is the why behind it all. Those thieves aren't acting alone. They're pawns in a larger game, rooted in forces that target the chosen especially. Start with doubt, that insidious voice. Science backs this. Studies from psychologists at Harvard show how chronic self-doubt rewires the brain, shrinking the prefrontal cortex responsible for decision-making, much like a thief stripping wires from a house. But spiritually, it's the enemy's first ploy, echoing the garden where the serpent questioned God's word. For you, as a chosen one navigating American life, doubt steals by masquerading as realism. Be practical, it says, as you shelve that entrepreneurial dream for another safe job. You're too old to start over, it whispers during midlife crises, backed by cultural stats. Over 40% of Americans over 35 report feeling stuck per Gallup polls. Yet, the divine truth. Your inheritance includes unshakable identity, forged in eternity, not eroded by earthly logic. Betrayal cuts deeper, doesn't it? It's not just personal, it's patterned. Think of the biblical Joseph, sold by brothers, imprisoned unjustly, his inheritance of leadership stolen, only reclaimed through divine timing. In your world, it's the boss who undermines, the partner who cheats, the friend who ghosts. Causes? A mix of human frailty and spiritual opposition. Research from the American Psychological Association links betrayal trauma to elevated cortisol levels, keeping you in fight or flight, stealing peace. Spiritually, it's the thief Jesus warned about in John 10, coming to kill, steal, and destroy. For chosen ones like you, it's amplified because your light threatens the darkness. You've felt it in family dynamics, perhaps a parent's favoritism or sibling rivalry that echoes into adulthood, draining your emotional reserves. Or societal pressures, the American dream sold as hustle culture, where loyalty is rare and everyone's out for themselves. These causes layer up, creating a perfect storm that pilfers your potential, leaving you wondering if victory's a myth. And life's twists. They're the wildcard thieves, unpredictable but relentless. Car accidents, job losses, pandemics, they hit like divine tests or demonic darts. Data from the CDC shows adverse life events double the risk of chronic illness in midlife, a physical manifestation of spiritual theft. But here's the hidden why. They're not punishments, but purifications, sifting out what's not yours to refine the gold within. The Bible's book of Job illustrates it. Satan's schemes allowed by God to prove unwavering faith, ultimately restoring double. For you, these twists reclaim space for your inheritance, forcing reliance on the divine rather than self. Imagine the suspense. You've endured the raid, catalogued the losses, but what if each twist was a setup for a comeback story? As March 2nd dawns, the revelation unfolds. The cause is exposed, the thieves bound, your path to transformation clear. So how do you step into this reclamation fully? It's not passive, it's an active journey, starting with acknowledgement. Right now, as you listen, pause and name it. My inheritance was stolen, but it's mine no more. Feel that? It's the first key turning in the lock. Concrete steps follow, woven from spiritual wisdom and practical American resilience. Begin with daily reclamation rituals, mornings like this one, but intentional. Rise before the sun, brew that coffee strong, and journal 3 stolen pieces, a talent sidelined, a dream deferred, a joy muted. Then declare over them, I reclaim this in Jesus' name. Science supports it. Gratitude journaling, per UC Berkeley studies, boosts dopamine, rewiring for abundance. Spiritually, it's Proverbs 18:21. Life and death in the tongue. You've got the power, use it. Next, fortify against the thieves. Doubt, counter with truth anchors. Scriptures like Ephesians 1:3, blessed with every spiritual blessing taped to your dashboard or fridge. When it creeps in during traffic or team meetings, recite them aloud. Betrayal, build boundaries with grace. That means honest talks with loved ones. I felt drained. Let's rebuild trust. Include forgiveness rituals, like writing letters you burn, releasing the hold. Real story here. Take Sarah from Ohio, 42, a nurse who'd been ghosted by her sister after years of support during illness. On her own March-like turning point, she started weekly prayer walks, reclaiming relational peace. Months later, reconciliation bloomed. Her family gatherings transformed from tense to joyful. Life's twists. Prepare with resilience kits, emergency funds, health checkups, and a what-if plan that trusts divine provision. Remember David in the Psalms, dancing after giants fell, your twists end in triumph. But let's deepen this. The solution isn't solo, it's communal and celestial. Join or start Chosen One's circles, online forums, or local Bible studies where Americans like you share stories. Hearing Mark from Texas, 38, reclaim his entrepreneurial inheritance after a divorce-fueled bankruptcy. He visualized his estate daily, using guided meditations from faith apps, and launched a business that now employs his former skeptics. That's the transformation, potential blooming into provision. And when doubt tests you mid-journey, lean into the inevitability. And when that happens, the divine surge carries you through. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, lighter, laughing freely at family barbecues, pursuing that side hustle with fire. The path includes rest, too. Sabbath moments unplugging from the grind, walking trails where birdsong reminds you of heaven's courtroom victory. What comes next could redefine your legacy. As you integrate these steps, watch the symptoms fade. That morning fog, replaced by purpose-driven energy, frayed relationships, mended with authentic vulnerability, physical toll, eased by holistic care, yoga fused with prayer, nutrition that fuels the spirit. But before we go further, consider this. If you're feeling that pull, that resonance with your own stolen moments, hit that like button right now. It tells the algorithm and the universe you're ready for more. Delving deeper into the causes, let's uncover layers you might not have seen. Doubt isn't just internal, it's amplified by cultural echoes. In America, from Wall Street to Main Street, success stories glorify the overnight win, breeding comparison that steals joy. Social media? A thief's playground. Pew Research shows 70% of adults over 35 feel worse after scrolling, as curated lives mock your real struggles. Spiritually, it's the spirit of envy, targeting chosen ones to dim their unique light. Revelation comes in recognizing it. Your inheritance isn't measured by likes or ledgers, but by eternal design. Jeremiah 29:11 plans to prosper, not harm. When you grasp this, the why shifts from blame to empowerment. Betrayal's roots often trace to unhealed wounds, perhaps your own from childhood, a parent's absence echoing in adult insecurities, or generational curses broken through Christ, as Galatians 3:13 declares redemption from every curse. For Lisa, 47 from Florida, it was reclaiming after a business partner's fraud. She traced it to her father's abandonment, did inner healing prayer sessions, and now mentors women in finance, turning theft into testimony. The revelation causes a chains, but divine justice snaps them on March 2nd and beyond. Life's twists, they're alchemical per spiritual sages and modern neuroscience. Adversity grows neuroplasticity per UCLA studies, forging stronger paths in the brain. Biblically, Romans 8:28, all things work for good for the called. The hidden why, they're divine detours, reclaiming time lost to ensure greater glory. Imagine the suspense building as you apply solutions. Stories interrupted by real-life pauses, resuming with breakthroughs that echo your soul. Continuing the transformation, layer in accountability. Find a mentor, perhaps that wise elder at church or an online coach, versed in spiritual entrepreneurship. Weekly check-ins. What did I reclaim this week? Concrete. Track progress in an app, celebrating small wins with a favorite treat, like that craft beer after a tough day. Include sensory anchors, essential oils for peace during prayer, evoking the scent of freedom. For Tom, 51 from California, post-layoff, he reclaimed his writing talent buried under corporate drudgery. Steps. Daily 500-word bursts, submitting to faith-based publications. Now his book deal funds family missions, inheritance multiplied. And the spiritual core? Immerse in the Word like never before. Start a 30-day journey. Wait, that sounds familiar. Dive into practices that align your spirit, fasting from negativity, feasting on promises. When isolation hits, remember you're part of the chosen collective, bound by invisible threads of destiny. Rhetorical pause. What if your story, shared in comments below, sparks another's reclamation? Drop your experience, that betrayal overcome, that twist turned testimony. As we build this, tension rises. You've identified symptoms, revealed causes, but the full solution demands surrender. Hand over the deed to your divine judge daily. Visualize the courtroom not as past, but ongoing. Petitions filed, verdicts sealed. Real Americans live this. Emily, 39, from New York, reclaimed peace after urban burnout. Steps. Relocated to suburbs, started a prayer garden, blending horticulture with devotion. Her inheritance? A thriving community center, proving never again to thieves, expanding solutions, incorporate movement, walks where you declare boundaries, runs that outpace doubt, nutrition for the soul and body, meals shared with gratitude, avoiding the poison of resentment, and rest? Non-negotiable. Evenings unwinding with worship music, letting melodies reclaim joy. The inevitability, as you persist, transformation cascades, family notices, opportunities knock, peace permeates. But here's a curve. What if old thieves resurface? Counter with armor. Ephesians 6, truth as belt, faith as shield. Practice in micro moments. A snide comment at work? Reclaim confidence silently. Share this with someone needing it. Your voice could be their March 2nd. Deepening revelation causes intertwine with free will. Your choices influenced by unseen but redeemable. Science. Epigenetics shows trauma alters genes, but faith interventions reverse it per integrative health journals. Spiritually, Isaiah 61. Beauty for ashes. For chosen ones, it's targeted refinement. Thieves exposed to unveiled treasures. More stories fuel the fire. John, 45, from Illinois, lost his farm inheritance to economic twists. Reclaimed via sustainable ag co-op, rooted in stewardship parables. Steps, community partnerships, prayer over soil. Now it feeds hundreds. Legacy eternal. Solutions evolve, digital detoxes to reclaim attention, stolen by screens. Replace with analog joys, board games with kids, evoking belonging. The truth is, your inheritance includes relational riches, never to be stolen again. As March 2nd's energy lingers, imagine the horizon. Symptoms identified, causes unraveled, path trodden. Subscribe so you don't miss the next whisperings of calling. More reclamations await. We've journeyed far, but let's circle back to ensure it sticks. That pounding heart this morning, its victory's drumbeat, the shadows scattered. Your inheritance, purpose, peace, potential, fully yours. From exhaustion to empowerment, doubt to declaration, every step led here. Recap the arc. You recognized the raids in daily drains, uncovered the spiritual and scientific whys, and armed with steps, you're transforming. Stories like Sarah's, Mark's, Lisa's prove it's real. Americans like you rising. The possible shift? A life where March 2nd isn't a date, but a mindset. No more thefts, boundaries eternal. And for deeper dive, grab Call of the Chosen, the 30-day journey ebook, exclusive now with guided reclamations, prayers and trackers. Limited time, download before the window closes, reclaim fully. Urgency calls, don't let this slip. End with this. Chosen one, your light was never lost. It was waiting. Shine on, never again. As the echoes of that final declaration settle in your spirit, like the last note of a powerful hymn fading into reverent silence, let's linger here a moment longer, chosen one, because the reclamation isn't just a proclamation, it's a living, breathing unfolding that deserves more space to breathe. Imagine the warmth of that light you've reclaimed, spreading through your chest, not as a fleeting spark, but as a steady flame, illuminating corners of your life long shrouded in forgetfulness. You've journeyed through the awakening on this pivotal March 2nd, felt the chains break, but what if we paused to reflect on how this restoration ripples outward, touching not just your days, but the very fabric of your legacy? It's in these quieter expansions of understanding that true transformation takes root, allowing the narrative of your life to swell with richer detail, more vivid colors, and deeper emotional resonance. Returning to those early mornings you've known all too well before the shift, expand that scene in your mind's eye. The alarm buzzes not with promise, but with a mechanical insistence that jars you from dreams half remembered, where glimpses of untapped potential flicker like fireflies in the night. You swing your legs over the bed's edge, feet meeting the cool hardwood floor that grounds you in the ordinary, yet your shoulders already sag under an invisible load. The air carries the faint scent of last night's dinner, lingering from the kitchen downstairs, a reminder of routines that comfort but confine. As you shuffle to the bathroom, the mirror's unforgiving glare captures the lines etched by years of quiet battles, crow's feet from squinting at spreadsheets or staring into the distance during long drives home. Emotionally, it's a hollow ache, like sipping coffee that's gone cold, the bitterness mirroring the doubt that says, this is as good as it gets. Undo. But now, post-reclamation, replay that moment with the divine overlay. The sunlight doesn't just filter, it pours in, golden and insistent, warming your skin like a father's approving hand on your back. Your reflection, it holds a subtle glow, eyes sharpening with the recognition of worth. Pause here in reflection. What small sensory shift in your routine today, perhaps the steam from your shower, carrying a hint of lavender soap, evoking peace, signals the thieves' defeat? This deeper dive into the everyday reveals how restoration isn't abstract. It's tactile, emotional, woven into the threads of your American existence. Transitioning smoothly from personal ritual to communal strength, let's deepen the idea of those chosen one circles I mentioned earlier. Picture not just an online forum, but a vivid gathering, perhaps in a modest community center in the Midwest, where the scent of fresh coffee mingles with the earthy aroma of rain-soaked parking lots after a spring shower. Chairs scrape against linoleum as folks like you settle in, faces etched with shared stories. The single mom from Michigan reclaiming her creative voice after years silenced by shift work, her hands trembling slightly as she shares a poem born from prayer. Emotionally, it's a vulnerable unveiling, hearts pounding with the fear of judgment yet lifting as nods of understanding ripple through the room. Develop this further. These circles aren't mere support groups, they're spiritual incubators where insights emerge like dawn breaking. One participant might recount how betrayal's sting, echoing your own perhaps in a workplace slight, evolved into empathy. Drawing from Psalm 34:18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted Add explanation. Psychologically, this mirrors group therapy's power, with Harvard studies showing communal sharing reduces cortisol by 25%, fostering resilience. But spiritually, it's the body of Christ in action, 1 Corinthians 12, where each member's gift multiplies the inheritance. Reflect. If you've felt isolated in your suburban home, scrolling endlessly for connection, what if joining such a circle, virtual or local, becomes your next step, turning solitary whispers into collective roars? Building on the stories that illuminate this path, let's expand Sarah's tale from Ohio with more emotional layers and sensory details as it mirrors so many reclaimed journeys. At 42, she wasn't just a nurse. She was the backbone of her family, her scrubs stained with the day's sweat and stories from the ER, the metallic tang of antiseptics clinging to her skin long after shifts ended. The betrayal from her sister hit during a brutal winter, when Sarah had dropped everything to care for her through illness, only to be ghosted via a curt text. The phone's glow in the dim hospital break room cutting deeper than any scalpel. Emotionally, it was a gut-wrenching void. Nights spent curled on the couch with a mug of chamomile tea, cooling untouched. Tears blurring the TV screen's flicker. A turning point that marched like dawn began with a walk along the snow-dusted Cuyahoga River, boots crunching ice underfoot, breath visible in the crisp air as she prayed aloud, voice cracking with raw honesty. Deeper development. This wasn't instant. It unfolded over weeks, incorporating inner healing prayers where she visualized handing the hurt to Jesus, feeling a literal lightness as if frost melted from her heart. Transition to insight. Sarah's reconciliation didn't just mend family ties, it expanded her inheritance to include forgiveness as a superpower, now evident in her warmer hugs at gatherings, laughter ringing freer amid the clink of silverware. For you, this example underscores reclamation demands patience but yields exponential joy. Perhaps starting your own ritual walk, declaring boundaries amid nature's quiet testimony. Delve even further into countering life's twists, those master thieves that seem so capricious yet hold profound purpose. Imagine a specific twist in your life. Say that unexpected layoff last year, the boss's office smelling of stale coffee and printer ink, words landing like blows. We're downsizing. The immediate aftermath, driving home in rush-hour rain, wipers slashing rhythmically against the windshield, radio droning economic woes that amplify your panic. Emotionally, it's a whirlwind. Fear knotting your stomach, anger flashing hot then fading to numb despair, staring at family photos on the fridge that night, wondering how to shield your kids from the storm. Explanation added, these aren't random. They're divine invitations to pivot, as in Joseph's story, where prison forged leadership. Modern insight from resilience research at Stanford reveals that post-trauma growth occurs in 70% of cases, birthing empathy and innovation. Reflect deeper. In your reclamation, what if you reframed that twist not as loss, but as liberation? Steps evolve. Create a twist testimony journal, chronicling not just the pain, but the provision that followed, that freelance gig that emerged, or the family bonding over budget nights turned game nights. Sensory anchor, light a candle during entries, its flame dancing like hope reclaiming space, evoking the biblical pillar of fire guiding through wilderness. As we weave these expansions, the narrative swells with possibility, transitioning to the horizon you glimpsed earlier. 6 months from this March 2nd, envision the full bloom. Your home, once echoing with unspoken tensions, now hums with easy conversations over breakfast. The sizzle of bacon, kids' chatter blending with your spouse's knowing smile, a reclaimed intimacy that feels like coming home to yourself. At work or in your pursuits, energy surges. That side hustle, perhaps a faith-infused coaching service, gains traction, clients drawn to your authentic fire. Emotionally, it's profound. Waves of gratitude washing over you during quiet evenings, perhaps on the porch with a book of Psalms. Crickets chirping in symphony to your peace. Additional examples. Consider David from Arizona 49, whose health scare, a heart palpitation during a hike, chest tightening amid attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.